How's that sound? I am Carol with CarolJo's. CarolJo's is an online jewelry and accessories business for women. I do different things here when I go live. Today I am live on YouTube and on TikTok. And when I go live on both of those, I am either going to do a chat time or I am going to do a tutorial. Today is a tutorial. I will go live only on TikTok when I do bead sales. I will go live on Facebook and on TikTok when I do jewelry sales. So I go live on different social medias and do different things with them. So welcome in everybody. And I will go ahead and I'm going to show you, hi Rosie, what I am making tonight. Or not what I'm going to make, but what it looks like. And we're going to change it up. Hi Rainbow. Okay, Rainbow, you're going to laugh. When I picked these beads, I picked them because this bead I have in every color of the rainbow, and I wanted to use lava stones in something besides just like the bracelets or the necklaces. So I did lava stone beads in rainbow color because I had them in the rainbow. So up close, here's what this looks like. It is utilizing, hi Geraldine, it is utilizing different beads. These are all that in this example is a 6mm round lava stone bead. They are in the rainbow colors. So we have all of the colors of the rainbow in each one. Each one has two. So there's 2 reds, 2 yellows, 2 orange, 2 green, 2 blue, and 2 purple or indigos. So yeah, when I made these, I was like, oh my gosh, these are rainbow. So that is what you use. It's just any type of bead. It doesn't have to be the lava stone, but I wanted to use something with the lava stone. And the other thing that I thought of when I saw these is like teacher earrings. You know how like elementary school teacher, because they always have the colors like this. So that like in the lower grades, this is another thing. So you can make them for a gift. But this is the example of what we're going to be making. So what we're going to need for that tonight, we're going to need some head pins. We'll need some beads. I need to pick beads. We need the fishhook earring wires is what I'm going to use. I'm using my favorite chain tonight. Hi, Joya. And then for tools, you'll need 2 flat nose pliers. And I am using the one-step looper, the 1.5mm size one-step looper to make the dangles. And if your head pin isn't straight, a nylon plier. So that is what you're going to need for supplies and for tools. One thing I forgot to say earlier, everybody, is on TikTok, when we get to 10 shares and we get to 10,000 likes up there, we will be doing giveaway. We will be doing either a jewelry or a bead soup giveaway tonight. So if you guys can help us get to 10 shares, 10,000 likes, we'll start that up. All right. Thank you for sharing, Miss Joya. You're going to get us there just quickly, aren't ya? So that is what we're going to be working on. Now, I need to pick colors. I literally, beyond wanting to use lava stone in these when I made the example, I don't have any ideas. Can you guys give me some, please? I literally am having a day where colors are just not coming to me. So if you guys can give me a color, I'm going to see what I can pull, and we'll use that in our earrings. Hello, Raven. Hi, Melissa W. So if you guys could do that light blue. Okay, light blues. Let's see what we got for light blue. And I am on, my chair is rolling on my tablecloth. Ooh. I'm going to mix up some shades or shapes in the light blue. Okay. Seeing that one. Of all things, blue is probably the one that I have the most colors of. Whoops, not that one. Okay. That and that. Okay, I got 5 different beads here. I'm going to turn my bead tray sideways here. move my display of the earrings. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you. What in the world am I on here? My chair does not want to roll like it should. And I can't figure out why. So I'm trying to roll. I don't know if it has a bead stuck or what. All right. So the color blue that I'm picking is this color blue for light blue. This one is a faceted rondelle. Then we have another faceted rondelle in a little bit bigger size. We have two of the rounds in two different sizes here. Ooh, ooh. And then I also picked a square. So I've got those beads. I'm going to put them down on my bead mat here, but before I do that, I'm going to point you guys down. We can do purple next, Rainbow. All right. And I haven't even been notified on my backup account that I'm live. I haven't been notified, but it finally popped up. All right. You guys should see my bead mat. I have my big pile of head pins right here. I've got my earring wires. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to lay out beads of each one. I am trying to get more shapes in. I'll see if I can get some of the squares. So I am ordering a lot of stuff right now, but it'll probably take us a while to get through it all for when we have stuff up for sale. Okay. All right, you see how I have my piles here? I am literally, for each earring, going to have at least one of the beads on each one. So I am going to, and see how this head pin is not straight? This is where you could take your flat or your cab chain and just straighten it out. And then you can put your beads on it. So you don't have to lose your head pins when they are not straight. It just stinks when you get a batch like I have right now that a lot of them are not straight. I'm just going to put all 5 of the beads. I'm going to have at least one of the beads on there. Okay, I need to get some of these out of my way though. I'm going to put one up there. I'm going to put you over here. Okay. Can you guys see? Yep, you can see it there. I think you all can see I have a cleared off space. I am just going to take my chain. It is on the spool because I don't know how much chain I'm going to need. I just lay it in here. I'm going to take all 5 beads and put it in my one-step looper. You see how it goes in that hole that's on? The hole is on this side, but you go in this way. Now that I'm doing it facing the camera, I can't see. Like this. And you put this in there and let it dangle just a little bit. You don't want it so tight that it breaks your bead, but you want it close enough that you don't have a lot of it. And then you go ahead and get that on there because you don't want a lot of the head pin going down and creating a large dangle down. So you're going to go ahead and do that with all 5 of the beads that you had, or however many you've picked out. You can pick out as many beads as you want. Hi, She Lives. We are making cluster earrings tonight, She Lives. And what I mean by clusters, here, I'll grab an example of one here, where you have just a lot of different beads to make a cluster on your earring. And you put it on chain. And if you want, there is a technique that I call the earring dangle. There is a video on YouTube with it for a tutorial on how to create that. And you can go ahead and create that if you want, or you can use the one-step looper. Each works. Yep, it's kind of like the cha-chas, only this is for your earring. So you just open up that hole, just like you do with a head pin, or not a head pin, I'm sorry, with a jump ring. And opening up that loop, then you just put it on your chain. Now, when you put this on the chain, if you want a thicker thicker amount of the cluster, put two. This one has one on the bottom and then two all the way up. But if you want it to be thicker, you could do two on each side. You could do one on one side, two on the other, and then go back and forth all the way up. And it will create a fuller cluster. So it's all up to you as to how many beads. Those are 6 millimeters. Here we have a 6 by 4 millimeter. We have a 6 millimeter square. We have a 3 by 4. We have a 6, and we have a 4. So we have different size beads here that we are using. So based on that, you're going to get different, and I don't know how else to say it then, you're going to get a different look to how it's going to be a cluster. And so you just need to put those on going up. I think I want to do square next. You can do it with the bigger beads at the bottom and or smaller beads at the top, or you can pick all the way up all the different sizes that you want and mix them. I'm doing 3 beads on the bottom chain. So I'm going to try to get this one on here. I might need to open it up a little bit more. There we go. And then when you close it up, you just got to make sure that you're going back down to where that meets the wire. So there's the bottom part of the cluster. I'm going to take these two. I'm going to put these two on one side of the next chain length. So this one pair of earrings is going to be thicker than we had of the last one. You can make them as long as you want them, as full as you want them, or as thin as you want them, or as short as you want them. It's all in your preference, and all the different types of beads will make it look different. Using different shapes, faceted versus non-faceted. So there it is with 2 on one side. I'm going to do the 2 smaller ones again on that same length, but on the other side. And when I mean the other side of the, thank you, the odd dog, thank you. What I mean by the other side is that when the chain, I'm going to show you up here. You see how the chain has 2 sides? You have this side and this side based upon the upper and lower links. So this is side 1, that's side 2. And that's why I'm putting them on each of the sides. All right. Oh, he doesn't want to go all the way down on that head pin. Let's try a different one. If he doesn't go on this one, then we are getting a different bead. Yep, we're going to get a different bead. He does not want to go on that head pin very easily. All right. Maybe I need a different head pin. Thought I used a little one. Let me just double check. Yeah, I had one on there. There we go. He's on. Whew. We're going to do this side. So I'm going to do that in the one-step looper. You guys are doing great on the likes. We're halfway to our goal already. And we're not even on for 15 minutes. All right, we'll open this up. And on the other side of that chain, so we'll be on this side, we're going to add the bead. And you want to make sure that it's closing all the way. So sometimes you just have to wiggle them, but don't like flip it off of your tool. There. We're going to do another one on that same side. So that length, that chain length, I actually have 4 of the smaller beads. And there is the dangle cluster. And we can leave it at that and have a very small earring. I would put my earring wire on there, and that could be it for the earring if you want it to be. It is total preference. or you can add more. And I want to add more. So and you see how he's a little bit bent right there? We're going to have to straighten him. I'll show you over here on YouTube too. See, that's not straight. We're going to have to straighten it. Oh, no. Let's get... But you're here. So I'm going to... And if you notice, I always catch my little pieces and just pile them up so I know where they go. I don't let them fly across the room because they will fly if you're not careful. Hi, Julie. So we're going to open this one up. We're going the next link up and we're going to put some of the beads on. 2 on one side, 1 on the other. You can also use larger size beads to create a fuller look. You can use smaller beads to create a thinner look. He needs to open up just a little bit more. Oh, Joya, you're cracking me up. Go on. He doesn't want to go on the same side as that one, so we're going to put him over there. We'll get him on there, and we did. And just make sure that you're getting these closed. Sometimes you just have to wiggle it back and forth. And as you're wiggling it back and forth, you're also going down. Hi, Charlotte. So there is all but the, I want to put one more on, and then we're going to decide if we like it or if we want to make a change of some sort or add more. Let's see, you're going to go right here maybe. I have to open it up a little bit further. There we go. It's like hooking something. There we go. I got it hooked finally. I'm like, would you hook on there? And I got to wiggle that down. There we go. And we got to wiggle some more. There we go. So there it is with 2 sets of our 5. So there's 10 beads on there. And we have a small full cluster, I think. Now you guys can help me out. Hello, Sandy. Hi, Witness. My question is, do you think we should add some more? Or do you think we've got it long enough? There's up close there. Let me see if I can get it to focus up close here. I'm going to move you guys up just a titch so you can kind of see it a little bit better. There we go. So you guys let me know. Should we add some more beads and make it longer, or do you think it'll be good there? And I have my Dr. Pepper, so I'm taking a drink, everybody. While you guys tell me. All right, they're asking me to hold it up to my ear to show. So I'm going to go up with the camera here so you guys can see. At least it's a light color, so you guys are going to be able to see with my dark hair. It would be, hold on, let me get my spool. It'll hang down to about right here. We are making cluster earrings, Kathy. So that's where they would be at. So they could actually go, I think, you think they're perfect? And we have Sandy that's saying a little longer maybe. How about we add, we're going to add a couple more of the smaller size beads on there and see what it looks like. We'll do a little bit of, just a little more. Okay, I'm going to point the camera back down in just a second. I'm just putting beads on the head pins. So just give me a second. And then I'll point you back down. All right. I've got 2 of each of the smaller ones. There we go. You guys should be able to see down now. I'm going to use the one-step looper and create my dangles. This is the way to create dangles quickly, but with the one-step looper, I'm going to just show you, this is the positive and the negative. You see how there's a little bit of a gap there between the 2 pieces of wire where the circle is created? You need to make sure that that closes up when you are closing up the dangle on your piece. So that's why I'm saying the tool is called the one-step looper. I am using the 1.5 millimeter circle. There is a 2.25 and there is a 3.0. There we go, got that one on. You're welcome. There we go. And I'm just opening up each of the loop that we made and then hooking that whole that loop onto the chain is what I am doing. Thank you, Joya, for telling her where we can get them. I appreciate that. It is one of the tools that I do not sell. Okay, which one was only 1 bead? This side. There we go. There we go. It's helping sometimes when I'm not using the pliers to try to loop that on and just using my fingers. I was getting better to do that. All right. Let's close up that last bead. I think, in all honesty, I think that's perfect. I love how full that is and how it just moves. It's full, but it's not so full that the beads don't move. So then each one of the chain links that I am using here today, each have a little opening because they are unsoldered, meaning that they open. So you just need to find where the opening is at. I actually do not own the 2.25. So for me personally, I like the 1.5 over the 3 more than not. But I don't have the other one to decide which one it is. Sorry, I didn't see your question right away, Charlotte, until just now. So if anybody else out there that has both the 2.25 or the 2.25 and the 1.5, you can comment and let us know which one you like the best. Come on. I'm going to go the next one up. I don't like doing the next one up because then it gives it a blank look. But I'm going to do this to open it really quick. There's a reason why. Okay. So I want to, if you notice, I was having a problem. The opening for the next link here is down in where all the beads are at. And so when I say that, I don't want this one here because I will have an opening in there, but I want to keep my 2 beads on each side. So I'm just using this one as my guide for a moment. I am going to take my earring wire and open up the earring wire. I forget which side these are on, this one. Open that up just like you would a jump ring. Grab our cluster. Take this in there where our cluster is at, so I know where it needs to go. Whoop, my piece came off. Crawdads, that's not what I wanted to have happen. So that means I need to make sure I got 2 beads on each side, and I do now. And then put that earring in there. Whoa, got it. That, my friends, was not easy, but we're getting there. There we go. Now we're going to close this up. There we go. We have one of the earrings. I did on this one that each of the dangles that are on there was either 3 or 4 on each side or each link. So I have 2 of them that are smaller beads, and those I did 4 on a link. And the larger beads I did 3 on a link. But it's all in preference. That's to make a chunkier one. When I made this earring here, I did this with 1 on the first link, 2 on each link after that. All right, so it's all in your preference of how chunky you want it to be. Does that make sense, sweetheart strings? Oh, thank you, Mia. So that's one of the earrings. We're going to make the matching one to it. So I need, now I got to remember what I did here. I know I'm going to need 4 of these. So I'm just going to make all 4. There's 2. I do not like that one on that head pin. Nope, he's not going all the way down. 4 millimeters in some of the head pins. No, it is not hard to use. What I will tell you is depending on the size of your hand may make it a little bit different, okay? It just takes a little bit of practice. And what I mean by practice is that you got to figure out that sweet spot of putting your beads and your head pin into the tool so that if you have glass beads, you don't break them. All right, we're going to need 4 of this one again. 4 millimeter size beads, where I was going with that. They sometimes will not go all the way to the bottom of the head pin. And so I just always keep trying a head pin until I find one that works without shoving it on. All right, we need 2 of the 6 millimeters. I need 2 of the squares. And these are a 6 millimeter square. And we are going to need 2 of our larger rondelles. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you with the looper is, okay, you have here, it's open and you have this round piece. You want your head pin to go underneath that round piece and then come through this loop. And you want it to come so that it is as near to this piece of the metal without being too close. If you get too close to this metal or you go over it, you will crack your beads. That's what takes what I call the sweet spot in figuring that out. Once you figure it out, it isn't that big of a deal. The thing I'm going to say about the one-step looper is that I have my hand size, I wear for gloves, child size large. I'm an adult, but that's the size hands I have. So they are, if you notice, it takes my whole entire grip to do this. And then you just push it together. Once you have it together, I take my bead and I push it down just a little bit. What happens then is that you then get the circle when you push it back towards you. If you don't do that, it'll be more straight. I go live multiple times a week, Charlotte, but I don't have a consistent schedule of like Mondays I'm live, Tuesdays I'm not, that type of thing. And it's because we are having my granddaughter that we call Buttercup on here. And so I plan things around her schedule. I do post my schedule here on TikTok on usually Sundays or Mondays for the week. So then you'll know. So then we have this one here. We're going to do this one. I go live at least 3 times a week. Tutorials at least once a week. We do chats once a week where if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask all types of questions. And then I do sell beads and the jewelry making components that so that you can make the jewelry. So we just sit here and do this. And I'm going to do all of them. You're welcome, Charlotte. So go ahead and follow, and then you can also turn on notifications. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, thank you. I love sharing my knowledge that I have and having other people share their knowledge while we're in here. So that's what we're here for, is to help each other grow. Thanks, Heidi. Sometimes they will let you know right away. Also, all of my tutorials. Oh, geez, sorry, Sandy. I was going to say all of my tutorials, I do record them over on YouTube. So I'm always live on YouTube at the same time. Hey, Aquafina. Thank you. Happy Wednesday to you too. And so I save my lives so that you guys can rewatch them, so that when you get to the chance to do it, you can replay it and do it while you're there. From TikTok, to get to my YouTube so that you can subscribe, just go to that CJS logo at the top, CJS logo at the bottom, and then you're at my profile, and touch my description of my profile, and that brings up a list. At the bottom of that long list is my YouTube. So thank you, everybody who has followed me today. I appreciate it. Hi, Gwen. Yep. Yep. And we actually, I'm doing good. How about you tonight, Gwen? We actually have had tutorial nights where we just talk about the different types of tools. So we haven't done it in a while. It might be something that we just need to do again. So we do all kinds of fun things. I'm glad to hear that. So I'm just going to grab the beads. I had on the bottom link the 3 larger beads. So it was the larger rondelle. Someone is either coming in or going out of the house. All right. So there is bead number 1, and I'm just going to snug that down. There's 1. And then here will be the second one. And this one is a 6x4mm size rondelle. This is a 6mm size square. And then we have a 6mm size round. They're all of these beads are all the same color, just different shapes. So, and I'm putting all 3 of those on that bottom link. Then for our next one, I'm going to do on one side of the link, one of our 4x3mm size rondelles and a 4 millimeter size. We're going to do one of each on each side of this link. And what I mean by that, when I was explaining it, is that you see how each of the links, when they come together, they each have like a left and a right, or a side one, side two. It is here. We are at 8:35, Sandra. And I always start my tutorials, if I do them Monday through Thursday, I always start at 8 p.m. Central. Well, and I just don't know if Ryan is here or if Buttercup is getting something out of the, we have a fridge for our water and our drinks. And I don't know if she's going out there to get it or if she's going out or he's coming in. So, okay, we got one on that side. I have a piece of my hair I got to get rid of. Okay. So for those of you that are new, what Joy is talking about is we have a standing joke here on TikTok that everybody wants to come and get my bead storage and my personal bead collection. And so we joke about it, that they're going to get a U-Haul and come and get it. All right, we got 2 on that side. And then we're going to put on the other side the other 2. And it doesn't matter the order if you're doing up above. Okay, so you're in the same time zone as me, Sandra. And then just got to find the one with the 1. That's this side. We're going to put that one on there. I might not have opened it. Oh, yep, I did open it enough. There we go. So that is one set of the 5 beads. We are going to repeat that. So we're going to do 3 on one of the chains and then the other 4. I'm finding that sometimes it just helps if I just use my fingers to hook this on the chain than using the tool. And I don't know why tonight, but that's what we're going to do. That is not my norm. I normally can just use my tool to guide that onto the chain. There we go. We got 2 on that side. And here I'm going to show you. Do you see how there's a big hole in there? It's not closing up. So we're going to wiggle, 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 and wiggle it down. I am in, just to let you guys. Oh, Heidi. There we go. And so you just need to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and wiggle it down until you get there. Okay, we'll see you later, Sandra. And then we're going to put the other one on the other side of that same length. And it's really hard for me to get the camera to focus on each of the links to show you exactly how it goes. But there we are going up. So those of you that are new, I do live in South Dakota. And this is my fun hobby job. That's what I call it, is my hobby job. Because it's a hobby that I got to turn into a job. Hey, you guys, we're almost to 10K. And when we have YouTube or Facebook on, we cannot listen to certain music. So we usually listen to some sort of classical music when it is, when we are doing that. I make beaded rings too. All right, Joya. Let me get done with getting these last 2 beads on, and then we'll do our giveaway. Um, and when I teach that one, I have to set the camera up differently when I go to do that one. So I can't be live on both TikTok and YouTube, but I do it. And it is a wire wrapped ring that I make to teach. It's about the only thing that I can wire wrap is the rings. There are other people that are way better at wire wrapping than me. I know my limitations and I'll tell you what they are. All right, so there is the second one, the second cluster. I'm going to put that down for just a second. I'm going to bring you guys up because you guys can, everybody, you on TikTok and you on, you on YouTube and you on TikTok. There, that's the way it should go. You guys can do the giveaways that I do. What I do is I put a color in the something over here on TikTok. You guys will guess the color. I go with whoever gets it first. So go ahead in the chat, everybody, put colors. And then you get to choose between bead soup or jewelry. What I'm going to do over here. Don't want earrings tonight. Oh, we'll do one of these. Okay. All right, 3 of you have already got it over here on TikTok. Now 4 of you have. All right, let's see who the first one was. First was Sweetheart Strings, then Joya, Geraldine, and then Charlotte. So Miss Sweetheart Strings is the winner because she was in first. You guys were all like bing, bing, bing there. All right, let me exit it. The color was silver.
And that was your freaking goddamn present that you have right now.
Ryan, I am on a live. Sorry. This is what you get to choose from, Sweetheart Strings. You can do the bracelet, or you can do the bead soup. This one is called Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland. So over here, this is what it is. We've got the chakra bracelet or Winter Wonderland. So let me, bracelet, you got it. So we now know Ryan is home. He was really loud. Sorry. We'll put that in there, and then we'll get that in your next order. I'm going to shut this up and put that back. We have some more of the chakra bracelets too. All right. Put that up there. We are going to get that earring wire on the earring now. So I'm going to open up the earring wire just like that. Hold on. I'm going to shut my door to this room because he is must be on his phone. And he's not listening when I told him. All right. Sorry. He's usually not that loud. Okay. Now I'm going to open this up on the length above it. I normally don't use, don't go to the length above, but because we've got 4 beads on there and it is on the bottom instead of the top, that is making it more difficult. So I am going to hook this in there. I got to get that ball out of the way. And get that hooked in there. And then, well, I might have to take this off. I didn't want to do that because now I got to make sure I get 2 on each side. Okay, where is the other one? Okay, right here. There we go. Sorry, I'm having a hard time because if you guys have ever done a live, you have ring lights. And when I go live on 2 devices, I actually have 2 ring lights. Hi, Mia. And because of that, I am being blinded by the light trying to get this hooked on there. There we go. There we go. We got it. Woo! That was a little difficult there. I might only get 1 pair made tonight. But that's how you do that. Aha! So that is how you do that. And I lost 2 beads off of my rainbow ones because I did not get them closed right. So I need to add these little beads on there and get it back on. They're on the same link too. There. Hold on, I'm going to put these back on for the example ones. I had 2 of them fall off, which is me, and where I was telling you guys, you need to be careful about getting them closed. Yep, and I'll show you the rainbow ones here. Maybe. He keeps dropping out of my tool. There we go. Got him speared in there. And get him closed up. There we go. All right. So this is the ones we made tonight. The blue. I think those are stunning. I don't know what you guys think. You can do them. They don't have to be the same color. You can pick any colors that you want to put in there. You can pick any shapes. You can pick anything that you want. What I would suggest for these is don't pick heavy beads. The reason being is that it will pull down on your ear when you have the heavier beads. So you want to be conscious about how many beads you're putting on there and how heavy they are. Okay. Oh, dear me, Christmases. Let me get that there. I have no idea. Oh, it was trying to guess a word. Thank you, Joya, for letting me know that. Okay. So these is some that we have the same size bead, the same shape bead, but different colors. So that just is a rainbow. So that just shows you how you can change it up, change out what you're doing. Here, these are lava stones, whereas I'm going to take one off here. So this one is glass. This one is lava stone. This one is 1 to 2 beads on each length. This is 3 to 4 beads on a link. We have more length here of the chain that we use. This was shorter. So you can make them literally however you want to make them. Hi, Rose. Hi, Rose's mom. And so literally you can do whatever you need to do to make it yours and how you like it. You can use metal beads. You can use acrylic beads. You can use gemstones. I would just be very careful if you're going to make them a fuller cluster like this one or a very long one, that you don't use heavy beads to pull your earring down. I actually have done this style of an earring. I have no idea. I have not priced them out. All right. So we did 4mm size bicone Swarovski crystals. And we did a 2.5 length of chain where we had at least 2 to 3 of the beads on each length. We did a whole lots of different colors in there. What she wanted, she was a pageant. She was in a beauty pageant. And with her gown, she wanted the bright Swarovski. So we used the 2X or the 2AB. So it is a full AB all the way around. Swarovski crystals. So it was really blingy and all the colors. And it was like 2.5 inches of it. It was spectacular looking. Yeah, no hematite. No, you're not going to want to do that. I figured you would like those after I started making those. Oh, geez. Wow. She is in South Dakota, last I knew. I did that. I actually, made them for her. When I worked at the bead store, she came in and she's like, I need earrings, but I don't know what I want. And so we just sat down and talked it through, and she ended up picking out. And I mean, we had every color because where I worked at, we probably had about 50 colors of the Swarovski crystals. I mean, we had like everything. We had the jet, we had um the light cyan, the dark cyan. We had there was like two different colors of oranges. You had a sunset looking color. We had lots of yellows, the greens, the blues, the purples. We had abundance of colors in different shades, and we did all the shades, all the colors, and just made some rainbow looking really cool earrings. So, yep. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Sorry we didn't have enough time to go through a second pair to show you how to do it, but it's the same technique no matter what it is. And this gives you what you can do for two different looks. Yep. You can't get them anymore though. That's the problem. Swarovski stopped making the crystal earrings, or crystal beads, I mean. Earrings on the brain. So they stopped making them. It was after the pandemic, I think. And because of that, to find them is very difficult. There are other companies that are making them, and if you guys are on my lives, the ones that we call the imitation Austrian crystals are replacements for them that, sorry, excuse me, that you can use. Not that, so when you find them, sometimes they are actually more expensive than when we did them. Yep. Excuse me. I actually have like a tray and a half. I'll show you guys my Swarovski crystals. I don't have very many because I am not, they're in a container or a row that's really hard. Hold on. Let me get them out. There we go. But I didn't do the double AB like we were doing with that individual. But here we have all of my Swarovskis. So when you can look at this here and you see all those different colors, that was what the earrings were like. And then I just have a few more. Just a little bit in a tray. I just have a little bit. So I do not have a big, huge Swarovski collection. My sister loves to use them, but she's been on hold to not use them because I can't buy anymore. So I don't actually use them hardly anymore. So for those of you that have been on here before, we've talked about where we've had the Hagar estate sale. So the individual who created the cartoon Hagar the Horrible at the end, his name was Chris Brown, I believe was the last name. I just remember Chris as his first name. His wife created jewelry and head stuff, and she had Swarovskis in her collection, and I bought the entire collection at the end of the estate sale. And so I do have Swarovskis that I will be bringing at times, and Joya will tell you, nope, she was not going to tell you. But I haven't had anything from there up for sale because I have trying to get other things ready. I just haven't had time to go through all of that. But we'll do it. Excuse me, at some point in time here, we'll get through all of it. I still probably have about 40 containers to go through. We've probably gone through 5, maybe. So, it was a lot of containers. I'm just putting away my head pins here. So, I will be taking tomorrow night off just to let everybody know. Okay, good night, Joya. Tomorrow night, I will not be live. I will be live on Friday night at 7 p.m. Fridays, I go live a little bit earlier, and we will be doing a bead sale. I have about 40 new items that I will be showing on Friday night, and then we will be doing some bring back items. So that'll be Friday night. Saturday is our charm sale. So for those of you that are new, the charm sale is Good Night Rainbow. That is where we have different style of charms that you can do for charm jewelry, and they are 35 cents a piece. Thank you for the follow, Lorraine. And we just go through each one and I show it, and we separate those out while we're on the live and put them in your basket. And then on your invoice, you'll get just one line item for all of those that you had throughout the live. Thank you for the snowflakes, Rose. I appreciate that. So that is what our or Saturday at 10 a.m. will be. We'll be doing charms. It's going to be a longer one, probably. We'll be able to go for at least 3-4 hours. So thank you for the heart me and for the roses. So we've got that. Yep. I hope you have a good one too. So I'm going to get going. I am going to go put Buttercup to bed. And you guys all have a great night. And we will see you on Friday at 7 p.m. Bye.